OK， 大家早上好。今天是星期一 Monday， September 26th。September 呢是全美国的 National Preparedness Month，所以今天乐活50家特别的邀请了非常权威的资深的行业专家。分别来自于 SoCalGas Company， 就是大家都很熟悉，我们都在用他们提供的天然气瓦斯公司的 Jerry， 还有呢就是我们SCE Southern California Edison Alex， 以及我们大家都很熟悉的 AARP 的 Rachel 跟 Susan。都要来到今天的我们这个特别的讲座呢，要来跟大家说一说，在9月份，我们身为50家，我们50家 all the way 可以到90家、100家哦。那我们到底应该在这个月份怎么样来检查一下，来关注一下，来看看我们自己是不是为不可预期的急难跟灾害做好了准备。我也讲过哦，不晓得9月是不是因为灾难特别多，所以美国才把这个9月份定为所谓的National Preparedness Month， 希望大家在这个月份呢可以好好的做好准备，特别是我们比较年长的朋友，我们本来就是弱势，我们的资源本来相对就比较缺乏，所以今天乐活50家特别感谢我们今天所有的演讲嘉宾，他们的支持、他们的参与跟他们的赞助。那首先呢，我们一开始要邀请的呢，是我们南加瓦斯，就是天然气公司的 Jerry。我一定要告诉大家 ，Jerry 这一次呢，他是第一次面向我们华裔社区来做一个关于急难管理的一个讲座。他是在南加瓦斯天然气公司非常资深的一个工程顾问，所以今天找到他是我们大家的荣幸，因为他会告诉大家碰到急难的时候，我们到底应该怎么做来保护我们自己的人身、我们的房子、我们的财产，能够把伤害降到最低。好 ，Let's start today's session with Jerry from Southern California Gas Company, who is the emergency management advisor. And today, Jerry is going to tell us how to shut off your gas in an emergency. 紧急情况下应该怎么样来关闭家里的天然瓦斯 Okay, welcome, Jerry.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me here today. As it was mentioned, my name is Jerry Bolivar, emergency management from SoCalGas. So I'm here today to talk about how to shut off your gas in case of an emergency. So this is a very important subject that we need to know what to do when we have this type of events, right? So if you can go to the next slide, please, and we can get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know when you have an emergency, any type of an event, big event, right, a natural disaster or anything of this nature, is to know before this happens, of course, is to know where our meter is located, right, in our property. So that will be our first step, right? And we have different places where that meter could be located, right? So as you could see here to the right, I have a diagram where we have 4 different places where we can find that meter. The first one would be an underground the house, under the house. Pardon me. So usually you have this type of setup on mobile homes, right? You have the meter under the house, you either towards the front of the house or the sides of the house. The next one will be in a closet cabinet. And a good way to recognize this or find a meter when you have this type of setup is where you see a pipe going into the wall and with a valve on the outside of it. The next one will be on a multiple meter or what we call a manifold. This type of setup. So this type of setup, you will find it usually in an apartment complex, or maybe if you live in in a townhouse or condominium, right? So you have meters for the different apartments on that property. Then another place where we can find that meter is in underground in a curb vault. Usually this type of setup is, the curb vault. You're going to find it in front of the property, either by the curb, close to the street, or front yard of your house. Can we go to the next slide, please? There we go. So the next step that we need to pay attention is, how do we turn that gas off, right? So as you face the meter, you should see a pipe running from the ground to the meter, and there is a shot of valve running parallel with a pipe, usually located about 6 to 8 inches above the ground. So as you can see in that picture, we have the valve to the left, and you see that pipe coming out of the ground, and you see that valve right there. Okay, next slide, please. So how do we turn this gas off? So usually we should use a 12-inch wrench or larger, an adjustable wrench, right? And turn that valve a quarter of a turn. You can turn it either, in either direction. Doesn't matter which way you turn it, as long as you turn it a quarter of a turn, where you can see that the direction of the valve is like in the opposite direction of the flow of the gas, right? So a couple of things here is to keep a 12-inch or larger adjustable wrench with your emergency supplies near your building exit or next to your natural gas meter shut-off valves. Also, do not store that wrench on the natural gas meter or other natural gas piping, right? And in the event of an earthquake or other emergency, turn off your natural gas meter only if you smell gas, or you hear natural gas leaking, or you see any signs that you have a leak. And the reason I say this is because if you don't suspect that you have a leak, then it's not necessary to turn off that gas. And let's assume that, for example, we have a major emergency, right? And you turn your gas off without, and you don't have any odor, or you don't hear the gas or anything like this. If you turn your gas off right away, more likely we're going to have to turn back that gas on, right? And it might take longer than you will think, because of course we're attending other emergencies. So always keep in mind, if you are sure that you have a gas leak, or even if you're unsure, if you feel that it's for your safety that you need to turn it off, then go ahead and turn it off. But just be aware that more likely it's going to take a while for us to come out and turn back your gas on. Now, if you turn off your natural gas off to your meter, make sure that you leave it off and do not try to turn it back on yourself. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure that your gas lines are safe, that they don't have any type of leaks. And second of all, in some cases, depending on what type of appliances you have, we're going to have to light pilots back again and make sure that those appliances work safely. We don't want people to turn gas on without knowing what appliances do they have there, right? And it could be a possibility that you have a gas leak, or you can have pilots that are not ignited again, and that could cause it's like having a gas leak inside your house, right? So make sure that you call our phone numbers, and we will come out and turn your gas back on. Next page, please. Next slide. Thank you. So here we have our phone number. So natural gas leak. So if you suspect a natural gas leak, as I mentioned, make sure that you immediately evacuate the area. So get out of the house, and from a safe location, you can call either 911, or you can call SoCalGas at 1-800-427-2220. So this is very important. Do not make that call from inside your house. Get outside as far as possible and make that call from your phone. Do not smoke or light any match or a candle or any type of flame when you have that type of situation. And do not turn electrical appliances or lights on or off or operate any motorized equipment or vehicles, or use any type of device that could cause a spark. So that's the main reason of this. So get out, go to a safe place, and give us a call, or call 911 if you have to. Next slide, please. So how do we recognize a natural gas leak? And this is very important. So we need to use our senses, right? So we need to look, listen, and smell. So look, if you see a damaged connection to a natural gas appliance, or there's dirt or water blowing into the air, or maybe a dry patch on your grass, or maybe a fire explosion near a pipeline, or likely you have a gas leak, right? So these are signs that you need to start looking at. The next one will be to listen, right? If you hear any unusual sound, like a hissing or whistling noise, is a possibility that we could have a gas leak. So if you hear any of that, get out and make that call. And the last one will be, of course, that very noticeable odor, right? From the natural gas, right? A good way to recognize if you have a smell of natural gas, is that distinctive odor of rotting eggs. That's how people kind of describe natural gas odor. So if you have that smell, distinctive odor, make sure to get out and make that call. Next slide, please. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was earthquake valves, right? So these earthquake valves usually are supposed to turn the gas off in case we have a certain magnitude of earthquake, right? So you can get this installed. We recommend that you get this installed by a professional, and make sure that those valves are installed on the outer side of the meter, on the house line specifically. So get a professional to get this installed, and especially for those places where the insurance require for you to have these. So if the gas needs to be turned off for this, make sure that you schedule an appointment with us to get that gas turned off for the technician that you're hiring to get this valve installed. And that's all I got for this. And as I said, we will come out to turn the gas off and to turn it back on. So let's make sure that we, the gas company, come out and turn that gas back on. Next slide, please. Okay, here I have a couple of helpful numbers that you can call in case you need to call us either for any type of service, like checking your gas appliances, or maybe you have an area, an odor at your house, your neighbor, or whatever the case is. Here are the phone numbers where you can contact us, and the links that you see to the left are also active links that you can use in case you need any other information. So that was it. That's all I have in my presentation. So if there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any of those questions.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry, very, very much. 今天呢是南加瓦斯公司呢第一次面向我们华裔社区，而且又是面对我们50岁以上的年长者来做这些关于瓦斯的安全。平常我们可能不太了解，或者不太知道，也不太敢去碰这些天然气的管线。所以今天 Jerry 来跟我们做了这一场很清楚的演讲之后，大家就知道，如果真的不幸碰到了山火、地震或者其他的天然灾害，或者是有什么危险的情况发生的时候，应该怎么样去关闭你的瓦斯管线，然后做最大的这个安全保护。但是呢 Jerry 也在里面讲了，就是如果是你要做工程、要做装修，或者有其他的需求必须要关的时候，请你不要自己关。如果只是因为工程的需要，或者是说我家现在有什么需要临时要把这个gas 的这个 pipe 关掉的话，请你不要自己关，要打电话给 gas company. Okay, so Jerry, please stay with us for a few more minutes. We will wait for some questions, maybe for you later, and then I will let you go later. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so next. let's have Alex from Southern California, Edison. Alex,
Hi, Amanda. Good morning.
You're with us already. Hi, Alex. Good morning.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
All right, perfect.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Alex. So I believe you're going to talk about the PSPS today. 所以今天现在这一段呢，是由 Southern California Edison 南加爱迪生电力公司的 Alex， 也是我们乐活50家的老朋友了啊。如果来上过我们的这个讲座的朋友，都应该对 Alex 不陌生。So Alex, go ahead.
Thank you, Amanda. Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me spend some time with you on this Monday morning. Great presentation by Jerry. I think it's really important to always know, what are those things we need to know in the event that we have to turn off our gas or just to be safe, right? I think in previous webinars, I've talked about how for the electricity side, right, is knowing how to open your garage door manually in the event that you have to evacuate. So taking those steps and precautions to get to know the situation around your home and how at the end of the day keep you and your family safe in the event of an evacuation or something greater than that. So with that said, what I'm going to talk about this morning, as you have on your screen, is I'm going to go over one of our PDF fact sheets that gives information on different programs that are for you, the customer, that provide resources in terms of rebates, but also bring awareness to different, I don't want to say benefits, but different initiatives that we have across Edison to help you in the event of a power shutoff or in the event that you have to evacuate your home, either because of a wildfire or some sort of disaster, right? Obviously September, as Jerry mentioned, is National Preparedness Month. But one of the things that I always say is that, the great thing about living in California is that we have great weather, probably about 11 out of our 12 months, right? Unfortunately, that also brings an unofficial season, which is wildfire season, which we're in right now. So we really need to be prepared and not just look at being prepared in the month of September, but also looking at, as we approach the holidays, as we approach the last 3 months of the year, what are the things that I need to do to make sure that, I have what I need in the event of a power shutoff, especially, since we experienced warm weather, I think it was about a couple of weeks ago, how you can prepare yourself and how you can take advantage of some of the resources that we have available. So as you see on your screen on the greenish area, we do have rebates for portable power station and generators. This is something that I really encourage you to look at, especially if you need to have, all of us need to have our electricity turned on at all the time, right? But if you're an individual that, you have maybe, little ones at home, or you have a senior person that, you need to make sure that they have access to things that rely on power. This is something you want to look at. And if you go to our marketplace website, you will be able to see the different models of portable power stations that are available. And you can take advantage on the rebates that are there. The other part is the part that I want to spend a little bit more time on is if you can scroll down on the PDF, please. Thank you. So on the orange section is we have assistance for critical care customers, right? This is a program that unfortunately not many of our customers are aware of. So I'm really thankful that I get to speak to you this morning about it. Is our critical care backup battery program. What it essentially is, it provides a free portable backup battery and a solar panel to eligible customers, especially those that depend on medical equipment for life support purposes, right? And I touched a little bit on this a few minutes ago, is if you have a person, or if you're a person that you have medical equipment at home and you cannot afford to have the lights go out either for maintenance or for whatever reason, this is something you may want to look at. The one thing that I like to call out is a free portable backup batteries, meaning if you are eligible and if you qualify, you'll be able to get this at no cost. The purpose of it is, the backup battery will help keep your medical equipment running, especially during PSPS outages. And even though, I think we're in the stage now where as we going into October, it still gets a little warm. I think of like around Halloween when I've attended events for my daughter's school. I'm like, man, it's Halloween. How is it like it's 90, 95 degrees, right? So our weather is are fortunately not very predictable. Therefore, it's good if you prepare yourself in the event that you go through a power shutoff and you have that available for you. And then the last portion at the bottom of the images that you see there on the sort of teal green, it's the care during outages, the one on your left. So what we have available is we have community crew vehicles, which are sort of like small sprinter vans. And we also have community resources that are available to support our customers during a PSPS, which is a public safety power shutoff. And basically, what we will do is, for example, let's say there's a power shutoff within your area, right? And I know that Happy 50 Plus covers that area. I will send them the information and say, hey, if any of your constituents, any of your community folks, any of your members need to go to one of our crew vehicles or community resource centers, they can go. They are located in this area. And what you will be able to get there is, in addition to resources kind of like what you're seeing here on how you can prepare yourself, we also have light snacks, we have water, we have small pre-charged phone batteries for your cell phone, or we also have cell phone charging stations where you can take not just your cell phone, but if you need to take your laptop or any other type of a small device. And the other resource that's available that's not on this fact sheet, and I apologize for that, is if you're an individual that you need to evacuate your home, and let's say you don't have close relatives to you and you need to leave within a certain amount of time, you can call 211. They are an organization that we partner up with, and they can transport you to either one of our areas, which is a community crew vehicle or a resource center, or they can take you to a hospital if that's where you need to go, or somewhere where you can be safe. So again, it's 211, and I'll make sure that I provide Amanda. I believe we have a sort of a small postcard type of fact sheet available, so we'll make sure we get that to you so that you have it available. And then the last part is staying in the know, right? Being aware of what's going on in your community, providing you the information. So we have invested a lot in our customer notifications, I want to say over the past 6 to 9 months, and really taken steps to make sure that we are communicating with our customers the right way, and also not just in the way that they prefer to be contacted, whether it's a phone call, an email, a text. We also have radio ads that may play in the event that there's a evacuation within the area. But we've also made sure that these communications are available, I believe, in 19 other languages. So, one of the things I'm a huge advocate of is making sure that all this information that we have at Edison is not just available in English. It's also available in Spanish and Chinese and Vietnamese and other languages, because as we all know, California is sort of the melting pot of so many different ethnic groups and cultures. So we want to make sure we have the information in the language that you best feel comfortable with. So please make sure you visit our website. And if you have your login credentials, your email and your password, you go to the notifications piece and you select how you want to receive this information, so that if there's going to be maintenance taking place down the street from your house in 3 weeks, you'll be notified. Therefore, if you need to make accommodations or if you need to leave your home, you're in the know, right? If power goes off for whatever reason, you're able to find out how long the power is going to be out, again, so you can make accommodations. At the end of the day is, we do the best that we can to keep our equipment up and running. But Mother Nature, always has its hand, and we cannot control that. So we want to make sure that we equip you not just during a power shutoff or a wildfire, but we want you to be prepared before that, right? So with that said, that's really what I wanted to share with you this morning. And one last thing, when you go to our website, when you log in, everything will be in English, but if you want to select Chinese or a different language of your choice, if you go to the right upper hand corner of our website, it'll give you the different options of the different languages that are available. So you can easily just click on your language preference and you'll be able to see all the information, how you want to digest it. I know my parents really took advantage of that. Their language preference is in Spanish. So they'll go to the website and, they'll click, and then they'll be able to either, get information on resources, update their contact info, whatever it may be. And if at the end of the day, if it's confusing, if it's hard for you, you can always reach out to Amanda, and she's really good at getting me any questions or any comments. And I'll be more than happy to assist you however I can. So with that said, that's all I really wanted to share with you this morning. Again, Amanda, I want to thank you for, again, inviting me to speak to the group. I always love coming because we get so much engagement and so many people join. And I know the team always, not the team, but the attendees always have really good questions in terms of, what's on their mind, and give us really good feedback, whether it's good or not, or if we need to provide a little bit more. So I'll turn it over to you, and I think it's for Q&A, right?
Yes, Alex, thank you so much. I need to ask you and Jerry to stay with for a few more minutes for Q&A before I let you go. So 如果大家对于电力公司，就是今天 Alex 刚刚以上所讲的，今天他给的这个PDF 的这个档案都已经放在我们乐活50家的网站上，所以你很担心哦，这个网站有没有错过掉，那个电话号码有没有漏掉，不用怕，都在我们的网站上。而且今天的这个 session 整个我们都会录起来，放在我们乐活50家的 YouTube channel， 所以大家要记得点赞订阅，然后这个开启你的小铃铛，随时有新的这个视频上线的时候，你都会收到通知。So let's start with a few questions for Jerry at the Southern California gas company. So the first one, is there any gas meter we can buy to detect a gas leak? From Catherine.
Well, there's certainly certain units that you can, find, but usually they're expensive. So our best recommendation is that anytime that you smell gas, is to call the gas company right away. And we usually will come out, almost immediately, especially if something related to gas, a gas leak or any gas odor. Usually within that same day. So best recommendation is, get out and make that call. That way maybe we can make sure that you're safe and the community is safe.
Good. Okay, Catherine, 这个问题是说市面上是不是可以买到任何的这个一个 meter 或者一个什么 device 一个设备可以去探测到我家有瓦斯漏气？那刚刚 Jerry 给出来的建议就是说赶快 call 这个 gas company, just make a call. 他们其实很快，如果曾经有 report 过 gas leak 的人应该就知道他们会很快就来，因为 gas leak 是非常危险，包括你在这个外面不在家里，在外面的这个路上，就是公共的道路上也是赶快 make a call, 他们都会很快到。然后下一个问题 for Jerry too, for the earthquake shut-off valves installation, what type of contractor should we hire to do the job?
So the best way to go will be with a plumber, a certified plumber. Usually they're the ones that are able to do that type of work, somebody with a license. And again, anytime that you're going to install a new earthquake valve in your house, make sure that it's installed in the house line. So it will be the pipe coming out of the wall of your house, first of all. And of course, the gas needs to be shut off. So be prepared to schedule for a technician to come out and turn the gas off as well as turning it back on. It is preferable that we have a technician out there to turn back that gas on and make sure that everything's safe, there's no leaks, and plus we will service your appliances and make sure that those appliances are working properly.
Okay, so Jerry, can we just call gas company for the contractor referral, or we have to find our own?
So no, we don't refer. We cannot refer for any type of plumber or anything like that. Something that you will need to do on your own. There's places where you can find information, right? And usually referral from other persons that right? That's probably the best way to go.
OK， 这个问题是说，如果我想要装，刚刚 Jerry 在他的演讲当中讲过，有一个是关于地震防震的这个瓦斯的这个设备的话啊，他是建议大家要找可靠的这个 plumber 去做。那做完之后，最好还是请这个 gas company 来确定一下。然后有一个重点，刚刚 Jerry 在他的 presentation 也有讲，这个设备一定要装在你连接到房子墙上的这个瓦斯管。而不是说是一个什么这个瓦斯桶，不是，绝对不行，一定要连在 gas company 的 house line， 好，这个是这个意思。然后下一个问题是说 ，Is turn on the gas a free service? But I got a charge on my bill for $90.
Say that again. I mean,
yeah,
that person.
This question, I believe this person sent me directly. He or she said, turn on the gas is a free service or not, because he or she got a charge for turn on the gas service on the bill.
Okay.
For $90.
Okay. So I got it. So if you're shutting your gas off because you're doing some type of work, you won't get charged for that kind of thing. Now, if you're opening a new account, more likely you're going to have some fees for that kind of service, right? But if it's something like you're doing because you're doing installation of an earthquake valve, you're not going to get charged for that because you're not opening a new account. You're a recurring already stable customer, so you won't get charged for that kind of thing. Now, if there's any other items that need to be fixed in one of your appliances, of course, there's going to be some charge for that. And if there's parts that needs to be installed, like, for example, a gas connector that is not recommended or is unsafe to have in your appliances, we will recommend to replace it for a charge, of course. Or you can do it with a certified plumber or somebody that you maybe an appliance repair company that can do that for you. But we usually provide that type of service to our customers.
Got it. Okay, so next question is for SCE. Does SCE sell solar charged portable generators?
The answer to that is no, we do not sell solar charged portable generators. What we do provide is we provide rebates for the generators, where you can go to our marketplace.sce.com, and the link is on the fact sheet that Amanda has, which she will send out. However, we do provide the critical care backup battery. That's a free portable battery that comes with a small solar panel. I think, Amanda, in the past, I've sent an article and a video that shows it. So I'll resend it to you just so it can help with the visual and see what that looks like. But no, unfortunately, we do not sell them. And I think the other question that I can address is to qualify for SCE's generator discount program, can we only buy generators from SCE website? So in order to be eligible or to qualify for the rebates that we are providing as the utility, yes, you would have to go through our marketplace.sce.com. If I'm understanding correctly, those are rebates that have been made available to us as Edison. Therefore, to benefit from them, you would have to purchase some through there, and obviously get purchase the model that is eligible for that rebate.
Got it. OK， 今天的这个 PDF 的这个 flyer 还有一些关于 SCE 的一些重要的信息，包括电话、网站或者一些这个特别的指示，都在我们乐活50家的网站上。那包括今天的这个recording， 还有这个 flyer， 我们都会单独发给今天所有参加的这个朋友们。好，所以有问题也可以打来我们乐活50家。如果你怕说这个电话打不通，或者是英文讲不通，就直接打来我们这里，我们会想办法帮你。So next question is for Jerry again. It's about the fireplace. He said the turn up or the valve, for the fireplace at the house, she has difficulty turning it on. Can he very strongly to turn it on, or will that be too dangerous to do it?
My personal suggestion is to schedule an appointment with us. We have technicians that are well trained, and they can provide to verify that the valve is working properly. And we will also check that the fireplace is burning correctly and it is vented correctly as well. And usually, based on the type of fireplace that you have, either is a gas log or a log lighter, there's certain requirements that they should have on your damper inside the chimney, right? So it will be good to take a look at that, see if you have that damper clamp installed on your gas fireplace to make sure that it's safe, right? Because it should be permanently open when you have in operation that fireplace. But yeah, I don't recommend to try to force it, and definitely call us and we will make sure that it's safe.
Okay, so Connie, 试着用力开，如果真的开不了，打电话给 gas company。
Plus, one thing that I wanted to say, and it's a free service. You can call anytime to safety check your appliance. It will be a free service.
OK， 如果你需要关掉你的瓦斯的话，是可以打电话的，是免费的哈。然后下一个问题是 for Alex. Next question. What kind of help support can we ask if we call 211?
So for 211, when you call them, you can actually 211 will connect you with information and resources around medical, shelter, food. And other support for individuals who may need additional assistance due to any condition that may limit your ability in the act of a PSPS event. So we work very close with 211. So in the event that there's a power shutoff, they're in the know, they know the impact, they know the length of it. So they'll be able to put you in touch with those resources that you may need. And if we have community crew vehicles, they can take you to that area or a resource center. Other services that 211 provides, in addition to emergency preparedness, is they also provide resources outside, right? Which is information on rent, housing, public assistance program, even employment assistance, mental health services, food pantries or meal delivery services that are available. That was very big, especially during the pandemic, and also just other transportation services that are needed. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put the link here on the chat. It's 211.org. And in the event of a power shutoff, you can actually text PSPS to the number 211, and all that information will be on their website. So please feel free to take a look at it, get familiar with it, save it on your phone, or however you keep track of these types of resources.
OK, thank you, Alex. 关于刚刚这个211的这个号码哈，这个紧急的号码，Alex 把它打在这个我们的 chat room 聊天室里面，大家可以看一下。那如果有 question 的话，我们这个 recording 会再重放，还可以再重看，所以大家可以去看得更清楚，包括这个刚刚的这个 PowerPoint。Because we have so many questions, but we have limited time. But I will save all the questions we cannot answer for now, but I will forward and share with Jerry and Alex respectively, okay? And so you can take a look, maybe provide me the answers, and I will share with the audience. You can see how engaged our audience is today, okay? So they don't sound like seniors or 50 plus at all. They have so many questions. They have big concerns about their safety, their property, their life, and their loved ones. So I will give Jerry and Alex one last questions to answer. So the last questions for Connie, because seniors, they love to travel, especially, right now it's open. So everybody is making travel plan. So do they need to shut off their gas to be safe if they have like a long trip to go?
Well, my answer to that will be probably not to shut it off, but you can turn off certain appliances that you will think, like maybe the water heater, because if you shut it off and you're not staying very long enough, when you come right, and sometimes our agenda or our schedule for our technicians, might be a little bit, packed. So it will take you probably a week or maybe a couple of days for the gas to be turned back on. So it will be probably a little bit inconvenient for you. So I don't really recommend that if it's not for a very long trip. Let's say if you're going for 6 months, then yeah, probably yes, just something that you could do just to be on the safe side. But for something shorter than that, I will say probably not, and just make sure that that certain appliances are safe, that are off, and all that. That will be probably it.
Okay, got it. 所以如果你的 trip 是少于6个月，不需要关啊，不用紧张。So one last question for Alex. To qualify for SCE's generator discount program, we can only buy generators from SCE's website. Is that correct?
That is correct. To qualify for the rebates that we have available, yes, you would have to purchase them through our website. However, I'm sure there's a ton of rebates out there through other companies, manufacturers, but if you want to take advantage of the rebates that we have available, they would have to be purchased through the marketplace.sce.com website.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jerry, for coming to join us today for so many information, so valuable lifesavers. And I will collect and make sure I share all the questions for you guys. And hopefully we can get the answers from you, afterwards. So thank you so much for joining us. If you have other things you need to take care, I know today is Monday. It's a busy day for everybody. So welcome to take off, and see you later and see you soon. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. You have a good one. Okay, 所以现在呢，我们 SCE 跟这个 Southern California Gas Company 这个阶段结束，但是我们后面还有更多的信息，包括 AARP， 还有呢就是我们要教大家怎么样去 pack 你们的这个 emergency 的这个 backpack。好，那现在我们就马上邀请出来我们 AARP 的 guest speaker Rachel Stone and Susan Wang.
Amanda, should I go ahead and share my slides?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Susan, if you want to kick us off, I'll pull those up right now.
Hi, 大家好，我们是 AARP， 我的同事是 Rachel Stone， 她是资深的项目专员，那我是 AARP 的职员，也是义工。我们今天很高兴来跟大家分享这个家庭装修指南，谢谢。
And hello again, everyone. I'm so glad to be back with the group. Again, my name is Rachel Stone with AARP, and we're here today to talk about our Home Fit program, really ways that you can modify your home so it's as safe as possible for you to live there as long as you'd like.
大家好，我是 Rachel Stone。我们今天很高兴来跟大家分享如何让您的居家更安全、更舒适。
Today, we're going to touch on 3 things. We're going to look at key areas of your home that can be updated to support your needs and lifestyle at any age. Demonstrate that updating your home does not have to be difficult or costly. And describe some of the specialists that you may work with as you modify your home.
我们今天会跟大家分享3个地方。第一个就是如何改造您的房子，让您可以住在那边长长久久。第二个就是改造房子并不是很贵，也或是很困难的。第三个就是如果您需要专家的话，我们会分享如何让专家让您帮助改造房子。
Today's workshop follows AARP's free home fit guide. It's a 26-page overview of everything we're going to discuss today. You can download a free copy in multiple languages, including Chinese, and also you can order a free hard copy. We will be sharing all these links with you both in the chat and after the event.
我们今天的研讨会是用 AARP 乐龄会免费的家庭装修指南，总共是26页，它有很多的语言，包括中文版。 或者是您不想下载的话，也可以去订阅免费的图书版，所有的链接都在聊天室中与您分享。
So let's first begin outside the home, as exterior safety is just as important as the interior safety of your home.
让我们从家里的外面开始，屋外跟室内是同样的重要。
Our first recommendation is updating your doorknob to an easy-to-use lever-style handle. Lever-style handles can make life much easier. With this style, you don't have to worry about gripping a doorknob. It can be hard to do that if you have strength limitations or something like arthritis.
我们先介绍一个叫干港式的把手。干港式的把手使开关门更加轻松。如果您手部有力量的限制，比如说有关节炎的朋友，干港式的把手比圆形的把手开关门更省力。
Consider adding automatic or motion sensor lights to your home's exteriors, especially by walkways and over your stairs and doors. There are sensors that you can install so they'll automatically turn on at dusk, turn off at dawn. You also might want to consider getting a plug-in automatic emergency nightlight. That's what you see in the bottom left. You can actually take this out of the wall and use it as a flashlight. And there are even ones that will automatically turn on if a power failure is detected.
第二个，我们建议在您的家中外部加装自动感应灯，尤其在人行道、楼梯和门边。户外自动感应灯会在黄昏的时候自动打开，在黎明的时候自动关闭。那自动感应灯有什么好处呢？在夜间有风或者是小动物经过的时候会自己打开。另外，考虑购买充电式的紧急夜灯或手电筒。如果遇到停电，有一些充电式的夜灯或手电筒还会自动打开。
You also want to make sure that your home address is easily viewed from the street. This is especially important if an emergency vehicle needs to quickly find your home. There's lots of options like solar-powered lights, reflective strips. Be sure to trim back any trees that might be covering it, and also make sure your address is visible both during the daytime and nighttime.
最后，请确定您的住所的地址。从街上白天和晚上都可以容易看到，以便急救医护人员可以轻松识别您的住所。那您有很多的选择，比如说太阳能照明标志或会反光的地址，数字的地址。另外，树木应该整齐修理，不要挡住您住址的地址。
Portable threshold ramps can make it much easier and safer for you to get in and out of your house, particularly if you are wheelchair bound. They can be an inexpensive solution to the issue of a threshold that is too high to navigate with a wheelchair. There are permanent and non-permanent options. Just be extra careful with the permanent ramps as they do need to be secured safely and fit properly.
如果您的脚或者是家人有使用轮椅的话，那可以考虑临时门槛坡道。临时门槛坡道是一个很廉价的解决方案，让您可以自由的进出门，然后有临时或永久固定的两个选项。
And there are vertical lifts for decks if the entrance you want to use is off a deck, and lots of outdoor options with automatic controls. Also, they all come with manual hand cranks for lowering in case of an emergency where you lose power. And do be aware that this is something you would need professionally installed.
如果您或家人在上楼时需要帮忙，可以考虑安装专业的垂直升降机，然后在紧急的时候、停电的时候可以用手操作，不需要电源。请注意，就是这个需要专业的人士帮我们装。
All right, now let's move inside and take a look at the kitchen. I'll start with lever style faucets. Motion sensor faucets are also available. Both are helpful if you have mobility issues, again, that make gripping a knob difficult.
那我们现在进去您的厨房里面，我们建议使用干港水龙头，可以帮助解决，比如说关节炎等的手部的问题。与传统风格的水龙头相比，干港水龙头更容易使用与旋转。
We recommend you add what are called D-shaped pull handles to drawers and cabinets. They have a much easier to grasp use than knobs do. And you want to avoid the style of handle shown on the bottom left, because as you can see, it is open on both ends. It's very easy to snag your clothes or a cable on them, which can then lead to a fall.
另外，在抽屉和橱柜上添加D型拉手和把手，比圆形的拉手更容易使用。尽量避免左下方显示的把手，因为很容易勾到衣服或耳机线，而导致跌倒。
And ideally, your microwave is at counter level rather than above the stove. So although having your microwave above the stove seems like a good use of space, it can become challenging if you have arm limitations. It does also pose a burn risk if you were to spill something on yourself that was hot as you're bringing it down from the microwave. So if you do have to have your microwave up higher, do be sure that it's professionally mounted and secured. There are drawer pull-out microwaves you can have installed, which are ideal for wheelchair users. And last, I want to point out in the middle, this crossed out picture. This is very unsafe because the microwave is not mounted to the wall and the shelf is flimsy. You really run the risk of it falling on you, especially in an earthquake.
在理想的情况下，您的微波炉应该是安置在橱柜上面，而不是在煮饭的炉子的上方。因为你这样子，如果是要有炉子的上方，您的手背会受到限制。会引起安全的顾虑，然后我们也建议用橱柜式的微波炉，你可以打开一个柜子，就是微波炉就是在里面。然后另外一个有 XL 这个图片，为什么它不安全呢？就是因为它没有安装在墙上，所以有可能会掉下来的风险。
So we're going to talk now about the interior steps and stairwells you may have in your home. So be aware that handrails, of course, can help you to keep your balance and prevent a fall. We do recommend that you have a handrail on each side of the stairs and make sure that they're measured and mounted for your correct height.
让我们看看你们家的楼梯，楼梯两侧都有扶手吗？因为扶手可帮您上下楼梯保持平衡，防止跌倒。那扶手的高度必须根据您自己身高量身定制安装。
Good lighting on stairs can also help prevent a fall. So do think about making sure your stairways are well lit as a preventative measure to keep you from falling. You want to make sure to have a light switch at the top and bottom of your stairs, but also be sure that there's adequate lighting available along the middle of the stairs, and double check that no shadows are obscuring your view of the stairs. Also in the lower left, you can see what's called LED strip lighting. We'll mention that in the chat, but that's an easy alternative solution if you are a renter or just want a temporary motion sensor lighting solution.
此外，楼梯的光线充足，可防止跌倒。那您电灯的开关需安装在楼梯的顶部及底部两端。如果您楼梯没有电灯的话，可以用左下角的 LED 自动感应照明灯带。我们将在聊天室中分享产品的名称。
Of course, stairs do pose a serious fall risk. If your stairs are uncarpeted, we recommend you install non-slip stair treads. There are many options. If you have carpeted stairs, you can work with a professional to install what's called stair nosing, which you see in the bottom right. And for outside stairs, pick up some reflective grip tape at any local hardware store. This tape is weatherproof and easily installed yourself.
楼梯经常会造成严重的跌倒。如果您的楼梯没有铺地毯，可以考虑安装防滑踏板。但是如果有铺地毯的话，应该选择短毛、紧贴楼梯和单色的地毯。也可以请专业人士安装所谓的楼梯前缘，就像右下角这个图片。那对于户外的楼梯，您可以自己安装在五金店购买的防风雨的反光胶带。
And if you're considering a stair glide or a stair lift, the cost, of course, is dependent on how much customization needs to be done. You may be able to find a used stair lift for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But either way, know that they will have to be professionally installed.
如果上下楼梯变得困难的话，楼梯升降机也许是好的选择。那价格取决于需要多少的客制化，也有一些二手的升降机比较便宜，但是就都是必须请专业的人士安装。
All right, now we're moving into the most dangerous room of the house, the bathroom. Let's first look at grab bars. It is very important that grab bars be fully mounted and attached to the wall and are placed in appropriate locations and heights around your bathroom. So note the two images that are X'd out. On the top, you'll see a towel rack, and on the bottom, you see a suction cup style grab bar. Neither are properly secured to the wall to support your weight if you were to grab onto them in case of a fall. So it's very important that they are installed correctly. And remember, the grab bars, along with much of what we're talking about today, are considered medical equipment. So if you are a renter, your landlord would be required by law to install grab bars if you had a documented medical need.
我们现在要去我们房子里面最危险的房间，就是浴室。首先让我们看一下扶手，扶手必须安装在墙上，并适合您的高度和位置。注意被划掉的两个图像，一个是毛巾架，另外一个是吸盘式的把手，它两个都没有正确的固定在墙上。如果跌倒的时候想抓住它们，可能会把它们拉扯下来，造成您更严重的跌倒。另外一个我们想提醒大家的就是，扶手是医疗设备。如果您是租房子的房客，有医疗证明的话，法律会要求房东安装扶手。
Let's talk about elevated toilets. There are many styles and options that will help you not to sit too low and make it much easier to stand up. There are cheaper temporary versions like what you see in this picture, as well as more expensive permanent options. And again, remember, this too is considered medical equipment and is very likely covered by your insurance. So do be sure to talk to your doctor if you think an elevated toilet would be helpful.
最后，我们想谈谈马桶的高度。马桶有许多的式样跟功能，它会帮助您不要坐得太低，更容易站得起来。有便宜的临时版本以及昂贵的永久选项。那请记住，马桶也是视为医疗设备，可能由您的保险支付，请咨询您的医生。
So let's talk which of these home modifications you might be able to do yourself, and then which we recommend you work with a professional to install.
那哪些居家改造您可以自行进行，或者是请专家修理呢？
When you're considering hiring someone to work in your home, make a list of what you need done, get recommendations from family and friends, do your research through the Better Business Bureau and Consumer Protection Office, put everything in writing before you sign a contract, and never pay the final bill until all work is complete.
在雇用专家以前，请列出您需要做的所有的事情。第二个，请家人和朋友推荐他们喜欢的专业人士。第三个，去商业改善局或者是消费者保护局调查这些专业人士有没有不良的记录。第四个，在签约合同前把项目都写下来。然后最后，在工作完成以前，不要支付最后的款项。
Consider working with a specialist to help assess your home safety and make some of these important modifications. And I want to discuss two types of specialists you may work with. The first is a certified aging in place specialist, or a CAPS specialist, who is a professional trained to help someone remain in their home safely, independently, and comfortably. Many CAPS professionals are builders, occupational therapists, and architects, and you can easily find a list of CAPS certified specialists near you through Googling. And an occupational therapist is a licensed medical professional who can help to come to your home and assess it for safety issues, and can also advise a builder or contractor in the design of your home. If you think you would benefit from working with an occupational therapist, talk to your doctor, as your insurance may cover their home visit.
我们今天介绍2个专家，让您考虑一下，跟您一起合作修改房子。第一个是 CAPS 认证的在地安老专家，可以帮助我们更安全、独立及舒适的留在家中。这个认证是由全国房屋建筑商协会颁发的。那许多在地安老专家也是房屋建筑商、物理治疗师或者是建筑师。第二个专家我们想介绍的就是职业治疗师，他是医学认证的专业人士，可以依照您的医疗需求来指导承包商如何进行改造您的房子。
I do want to make everyone aware of an LA County opportunity for low-income older adults who are 62 and older, residing in LA County, can apply for a grant through the Los Angeles County Development Authority. And this is a handy worker grant of up to $2,500 in free home safety repairs. We'll be sure to share this link with you both in the chat and after the event.
那住在洛杉矶县的朋友有好消息哦！如果您是62岁以上及低收入的人，可以申请最高$2500的免费家庭安全维修补助金，这是不需要归还的一笔补助金$2500。我们会在聊天室分享链接。
Again, we encourage you to take advantage of all of AARP's free home fit resources available at aarp.org/homefit.
我们鼓励您利用 AARP 乐龄会所有免费的家庭装修指南资源，可以在 aarp.org/homefit 获得。
Thank you again, everyone, for attending today's presentation. Amanda, I'll let you determine the questions and how that will go, but you are always welcome to reach out to me at rstone@aarp.org if you have questions or would like to bring today's presentation to a group that you're involved with. So stay safe, take good care. Thanks again, everyone.
感谢您参加今天的研讨会。请在聊天室中提出您的问题，或可以举手，也可以直接跟我联络 rstone@aarp.org。如果您需要把这个重要的信息带到您的社区团体，也请跟我联系。祝大家平安，再次感谢。
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Susan. Such a wonderful and comprehensive presentation today. Very helpful and valuable information you provided. And also, I'd like to let you and everybody know, we already uploaded the AARP Home Fit Guide on Happy 50 Plus website. We uploaded the Chinese version so they can download or view anytime they have time. So I already type in the website in the chat room, and also for the recording of today's session, including the AARP presentation, will be make it available on our YouTube channel, and we'll also share with all the participants of today's session. Thank you so much. So please stay with for a few more minutes. Okay, see if we have more questions for you. So Susan is a wonderful friend of Happy 50 Plus. She's going to share with us, what we need to be included in the emergency packs once something happens. So Stephanie, please share the PPT.
大家好，我是乐活50家的义工 Susan。那我们知道最近世界有很多的地震、野火和其他的自然灾害。今天想跟大家分享一下，怎么为气候变迁与自然灾害发生时或之前做好紧急状况的准备。那我们最常看见的最近的灾害有地震、山火、火灾、山崩、海啸等等。那许多跟我们一样住在加州的朋友，最担心的可能就是地震跟山火了。今天您可以做的一件事，马上就可以做，就是确认您的警报和警告在您的手机是打开的。这个警告是政府寄出的，比如说 Amber Alert 就是其中一种。在 iPhone 跟 Android 的电话都有这项功能，要记得在您的手机上打开，你才接得到讯息。那我们也建议大家参加当地地区的简讯或 email 通知，比如说住在洛杉矶县的居民可以去 alert.lacounty.gov 申请收到洛杉矶县的警报。那如果您不住在洛杉矶县，住在其他的地区或县，也有你们自己的一套警报系统，请查看他们的网址，但是你必须要先登记注册。最后还有一些很好的免费的软件 App 可以下载，比如说 FEMA 是联邦政府的紧急事务管理局，它的官方的软件里面有很多的资源，可以学习在灾害之前、期间跟之后保持安全和找到庇护所和救灾中心。Red Cross 是红十字的非营利机构，它也有应急软件。还有 The Weather Channel 就是天气频道，是以天气预报为主，会将恶劣的天气警报推送到您的手机。那我们知道我们没有办法控制这些自然灾害或紧急事故，但是我们可以做什么呢？因为今天时间有限，我们只分享3个主题。第一，提前做好计划；第二，准备好应急包；第三，如何保护您重要的文件跟物品。那每次我们讲到这个防灾，第一个想到的应该是应急包吧。但是在做应急包准备之前，我们必须考虑3个问题。第一个，您有特殊的医疗需求吗？不同的需求会影响到您面对灾难的能力。如果您需要供电式的医疗设备，刚刚那个 SCE 也有讲，他们有免费的提供这些供电式的医疗设备。那第二个要考虑的就是，如果停电或必须撤离家中的话，您有没有什么很特别的东西需要随身携带？ 比如说我自己需要拐杖，我需要这个眼镜，这个对我来讲是非常重要的，所以我们先要想一想需要什么东西。那最后我们年长者需要考虑的就是需要特别的帮忙吗？需要人家扶持吗？那想一想，有谁在紧急的情况下可以马上的出现，可以帮助您？有没有家人、朋友、邻居住得比较近的可以来帮助我们？那我们现在讲这个应急包，应急包里面需要什么东西呢？它清单在那个网络上您可以自己找一找，因为不同的人需要不同的应急包，这个应急包一定要适合我们自己跟特殊的比如说食物啊，还有需要的用品。记得把应急包放在家中同一个位置，并容易找到或携带的容器中。比如说一个应急包就可以抓着就走。我知道等一下 Amanda 会送一些这个应急包，所以希望大家可以留到最后，还会送几个应急包给大家。那很多的时候紧急事故发生是在我们开车的时候，所以我们也建议在车上放另外一份的应急包。大家可以扫一下这个荧幕上的 QR code， 可以下载一份由这个联邦紧急事务管理局制作的应急包清单。那因为今天时间的关系所以我们没有办法讲太多这个应急包里面需要的东西，大家可以 Google 一下。如果您需要节省时间的话，在网络上也可以买好已经帮你装配好的应急包，在 Amazon 或 Red Cross 都有卖，费用大概是30块到100块之间。那我们要特别注意的如果有特别的医疗或个人需求的话，最好把带30天的药物和额外的辅助物品，比如说手杖或者是眼镜。也记得要准备备用电池，选择可以供电的可以充电的备用电池是最好，千万不要使用蜡烛，因为蜡烛可能会引起火灾。最后我们想要分享一下大概大家比较没有想到的就是如何保护我们的重要文件及贵重物品。比如说在灾难过后以后，我们可能会因为很震惊而记不起很多的事情，所以有完整的财务和医疗的记录可以帮助我们迅速的恢复。那有哪些文件需要保护跟准备副本呢？比如说您的身份证明、出生证本、副本，还有那个DMV 的驾驶执照副本。那财务上面和法律文件，比如说银行的账户、家庭和汽车的保险的副本。那医疗方面需要您的医生的资料，还有医疗的记录，都是很重要的。那保留一个最新的医疗的清单，还有您的过敏药物处方记录、医疗卡、疫苗卡，还有医生和保险卡都很重要。那这些文件呢，如果是纸本的文件，我们建议可以放在防火跟防水的保险箱或银行的保险箱里面，也可以存一个电子版，在有密码的 USB 或者是云端储存。那另外一个就是您家里的贵重的物品，可以照相或者是用视频保存起来，一样放在 USB 或云端里面。这样子这个清单会证明你所有的东西的价值，在灾难以后可以加快您的索赔跟处理。那我们今天就很感谢大家参加这个紧急应变的座谈会。我知道 Amanda 有好几个很好的礼物会送给大家。
好，谢谢 Susan。Thank you, Susan。最后还有3个网站 是不是？大家也要留意一下。对，如果说有需要的话，对不起，也可以自己上去看。那如果有任何的 question， 你如果不清楚或者看不明白，也欢迎跟我们乐活50+联络，打我们的免付费电话18008813466，请留言啊。有些人说怎么搞的没有人接电话，因为电话很多，然后我们的人手也很有限，很多都是义工，都是义务来帮忙的，所以我们请大家留言，留言之后我们会回话啊。我们你讲中文 OK 的，没有问题。好，那今天我们的 presentation 到此结束。如果说您对于刚刚 Susan 提供的这个关于应急包的内容，还有 Rachel's 刚刚提供的 AARP 的 presentation 有 any questions you need the answers, you can put in the chat room. 然后I believe Susan and Rachel will also provide some contact information and some website or phone number for you to contact them. 所以如果有需要去跟他们联络的话，也可以去 chat room 找一下，不然的话上我们乐活50+的官網 happy50plus.org 上面都有。Okay, thank you, Rachel, for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you soon. So